I have to pour more tea. I ran out. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police arrested Victoria Goodwin on March 6th, which is where we began our story. And reasoning involved the fact that both Victoria Goodwin and Amato had detailed out the plot with set locations, payment plans, and with the hitman. And then Amato even did a little check, a little text check to the hitman. He was like, "Hey, what's the status report on this hit that I have out?"
The Late Night Legends podcast is meant for a mature audience. Topics covered may be violent or sexual in nature and are not suitable for sensitive listeners. Please be aware of your surroundings. For specific trigger warnings, please see the episode's show notes. Testimony shared by guests of this show are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Late Night Legends hosts or staff. This podcast and any linked materials should not be considered medical or professional advice, nor is the information a substitute for the expertise or treatment from a professional. Listener discretion is advised.
Watch out.
I keep running from nightmares. Now and then I think of you. I could act like I don't care. Guess it's hard to face the truth. Hey, I thought you were my type, but you didn't act right.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Especially welcome me, because I'm back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? Well, it's good. And not only did I come back, but I came back to spill some tea. Welcome back to Ghosts and Gossip Part 2. Tonight we're going to be covering the Aaron Goodwin murder for hire plot, as well as updating everybody on what Jacqueline Nunez, owner of the Conjuring House, maybe not owner of the Conjuring House anymore. We'll talk about that later. But before we get into that, Kay, do you want to give us our announcements?
I would love to. So next week we are going to have some guests on. They have been on with us before, and that is the Maybe It's Spiritual podcast. And we're going to be talking about haunted theme parks. The week after that, on the 19th, Colin is going to be telling us about Old Stinker, which is a tale from Europe. And the week after that, Tim is going to be talking about the Ouija board enigma and all things of that very interesting parlor game.
So do you want to get into the tea? Is there
Spill.
anything else?
I think we need to spill it, yeah. Well, hold on. I think we need to hear from Lord Reginald. I think
Oh, yes.
we need
Lord
to hear
Reginald,
something.
Do you have anything to say?
About what? No, I don't.
No, you know what we want. You know what we
Give-
want.
What do you
Give
want?
the
I don't
people
know.
what they want. Do it now. So I
We're
don't
not
get
starting
angry.
until you go.
I really don't know what you're talking about.
Your accent, sir.
Oh no. No. Excuse me. No, I can't. I cannot.
We
Last
can't
time-
start
But you
without
must.
it.
I don't know what. I came completely unprepared. I did not plan to do it.
It's
I'm
only
sorry.
proper.
Just did it 20 minutes ago for me.
Did I?
Yeah.
Sorry. I promise at some point in the show I'll interject with it if I
Okay.
can do that instead.
Listeners, if you can timestamp exactly when he interjects in the show, I'll give you a thumbs up. That's all I can offer, honestly. But,
You won't even say anything to them? Not a thank you, just thumbs up.
And for those who are listening without seeing titles, Frank is Lord Reginald Tittlesworth Wobblebottom.
Mm.
Yes. That's my name.
Splendid to have you here, Lord.
Splendid.
Well,
And Tim is smoking a pipe. He's very dapper.
yes. He has
I'm here
great
with my tea.
tracts of land. Oh, that's a bad Monty Python joke. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about Aaron Goodwin and a murder for hire plot. So before we actually go into any of this, I am going to say we, as in you listeners, as in us here, are just going to be observers of everything today. As Cece Suarez says, don't touch the poop. We're looking, we're not going to the petting zoo. Do not touch the poop. Do not engage with these people. Do not go out of your way to find them or contact them in any way. That's weird. You're a weirdo and we don't like it. Ugh. Also, before we go in, for legal reasons, everything I said is alleged. Everything I'm going to say is an alleged and is my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. I almost said points. There's no points. We're not winning any games. So everything's alleged, entertainment purposes only. Don't touch the poop. Do we all agree to these terms of service, friends?
Yes.
I believe
Yes.
everyone wins if they don't touch the poop.
Yes. Yeah. Charlie, a little more enthusiasm from you.
Yeah.
This is a tea party.
Yes.
Let's get into it then.
Oh, we're drinking out
On
of the
March
cups.
6th, Victoria Goodwin, wife of Ghost Hunter star and Zach Bagans' own human bait for ghosts, Aaron Goodwin, was arrested on charges of conspiring to commit murder and soliciting to commit murder. So let's start off with Ghost Adventures in general. Anyone want to share their thoughts about Ghost Adventures? Anyone too scared to share their thoughts about Ghost Adventures?
I actually really enjoy liking the show, but it is watching the show, it is very sensationalized. Big time sensationalized.
Mm-hmm.
I would file it under guilty reality TV that I like, which is not a lot. And I like to put it into a folder in my library called Delicious Trash.
Ooh.
I would agree. I call it entertainment.
Entertainment. Yes.
Maria, Charlie, do you have any
Yeah.
opinions?
Kind of nostalgic entertainment for me.
Okay. Charlie,
It is certainly a television program.
good job.
Wow. All right.
Ooh, hot take.
I can't say that I've watched much or any of it, so maybe not. I'm missing out. I wasn't
okay.
on the last Ghost and Gossip, so
Welcome. I'm sorry.
You have to. I'm going to pass the mantle of bad British accent to you. You will have to do it.
What if he has a
Charlie.
great British accent?
I hope he is. Secret, low key. If he actually owns it, I'm going to be really happy.
Owns a British accent. Okay.
I possess one. Yes.
Ooh,
Yes. It's like the Batman mantle. Please take it. I gave it to Phil, and now you get to have it.
So I have a lot of feelings about Ghost Adventures, but we won't go into that because we already did our legal warnings, so I don't want to deal with anything else. Funny enough, I learned that Ghost Adventures actually started originally as an independent film by the same title. It was filmed in 2004 and produced by 4 Reel Productions in 2006. It originally aired on the Sci-Fi channel on July 25th, 2007. They investigated paranormal activity around Virginia City, Nevada. And according to the Wikipedia page, it included the Goldfield Hotel in Goldfield, Nevada. If any of us ever heard of the Goldfield Hotel in Nevada? Hotel Goldfield, I mean. No? Cool. Clearly we are all a big fan of the original film. So the investigative team members include Zach Bagans, or I don't actually remember how to say his name. I would just say Bagans, and that's me. Aaron Goodwin, Billy Tolley, and Jay Walsley. Nick Groff was a member from seasons 1 through 10. And if you want more gossip about him and Zach's fallout, you should tell us. Because there's a lot there about their fallout.
More gossip.
But moving on. What is Ghost Adventurers about? It's popularized paranormal ghost hunting shows, and it has a dynamic of this team that goes out to these haunted places, and Zach goes out there and he badgers the ghosts to try to get them to react. And then Zach forces Aaron to be alone in these quote-unquote hotspots to see how the ghosts will react to him. And some people, maybe in this room, maybe not in this room, think that's really mean and wish Zach would leave him alone. But not literally like he's been doing. Like, don't pick on him. That being said, Aaron Goodwin. I could not find a lot about him, like his background. I did learn that he was born April 1st, 1976. So happy belated birthday to you.
Or was he? April Fools.
Which would now make him 48 years old.
Only fools are born on April Fools.
That's different tea. We're not spreading that
That's
tea.
different tea.
So he's 48 years old. He's originally from Portland, Oregon.
Let's go.
Oh my God.
He's a hometown hero for some of our friends here. And is cited as being the equipment technician, camera operator, and investigator of Ghost Adventures. Previous work include filming the Ultimate Fighting Championships, UFC. So, Frank, there's a little bit for you there to nibble on.
Why do I get to nibble on that one?
I thought you liked wrestling.
Let's
That's not
wrestling
UFC.
and UFC are not the same.
I don't
Wrestling's
know.
a soap opera. UFC, that's a different animal.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Ooh, okay. Everyone calm down. Frank is an aficionado now.
I don't know anything about UFC. I am very sorry.
UFC is pretty gnarly. We'll say.
That's
This
crazy.
is awesome.
I think I would enjoy it. That's something I don't think I need to like follow to enjoy a match, but I just don't watch it regularly. Sorry. I don't follow it.
You should be. That was your one job that you had tonight. But anyway, moving on.
Thanks for telling me, boss.
So according to fandom.com, Baggins and Groff were looking for someone to help film B-roll for them when they met and hired Aaron in Las Vegas. So let's move on to talk about Aaron's wife. Right now a wife. Working towards not being a wife. Victoria Goodwin. It's also even harder to find information about her. I know that she is 32 years old. So, she's 48, she's 32. Take with that what we will. And she was diagnosed with achalasia, which is a rare condition which makes it hard to swallow. And this condition had made her lose a lot of weight, and she had to quit her dreams of becoming a pro golfer. Apparently, she was a very good collegiate golfer.
And a mukbanger.
Was she?
No, she had to forego her dream of becoming.
Oh, I don't know if she ever dreamed of being a mukbanger.
It's a joke because she couldn't eat. Okay.
No, I got the joke.
Did you?
Now it's slander. Everything's a legend. I thought you found a piece of things about her that I couldn't find. I'm like, wow.
She filmed one video.
To be fair, though, most of those guys spit it out anyways.
Yeah.
There's this one Japanese woman, let me tell you.
Girl, you wanna continue?
Let me tell you.
Charlie,
I saw her eat this like 5 gallons of ramen. It was insane. And she's like, she's like a very slight person, very small person. I'm like,
for
how
our
did you
audience,
eat all that?
One of my future topics is going to be the very paranormal story of Nikocado Avocado. So tune in for that.
Yeah, very paranormal story.
And the plot twist of him and his story.
Are you to talk like him the whole time with his announcement video? Because I
couldn't-
will leave. I cannot take that.
Joan, I could not talk like that, dude, if I fucking wanted to.
And I became the villain. Okay.
Oh.
Anyway.
I actually think if I ask nicely, he'll be a guest on the show. You better watch out. I'll have him pop right
I
into the
hope
show.
you don't ask nicely. I don't want
That
that.
would be
please.
so cool, Frank.
It'd be
We
so
gotta do
great.
that.
Charlie, me and you, buddy. Let's do it. It'd be
Don't
great.
you dare Sam Cedar me, Charlie. I will be so upset if you Sam Cedar me.
Oh, Uncle Sam.
Oh, Uncle Sam. Okay. That's only a joke that Charlie and I will get right on this show.
That's very true.
Anyway, so some articles suggested that she may be a part of the cause of her being diagnosed with PTSD, having this chronic illness. And now she is a chronic illness advocate. So her relationship with Aaron, it's hard to really know the details of the actual relationship, and a lot of information people have like decided about it comes from Instagram, like their pictures and their feed on Instagram. So that being said, I did mention, which is like not always a great note of like a relationship. You can't really measure how happy someone is based on their Instagram.
In fact, you should, the more somebody posts, the less happy they are. You can watch it.
Mm-hmm. I never post. That's why I'm the happiest person. But that being said, they started dating in 2018, possibly January of 2018. And they were engaged by October of 2019. And Aaron proposed outside of Disneyland Castle. So, Kay, maybe you want to add that to your list.
That's where it all went wrong.
It did. Well, it gets worse because they were married May of 2020, according to Aaron's divorce filing. And they had their wedding August of 2022 and had to move the plans around due to COVID. But the wedding was outside of Disney's Haunted Mansion.
Well,
Oh.
come on. People.
Yeah, Frank, what?
Wait, so they haven't been married for that long then?
No.
So I'm gonna be upfront and say usually it's Kay in the Legends chat making me laugh, but tonight there's a different legend that made me laugh really hard with something they said. Who could it be? I won't say. But to that person, thank you so much for making me laugh very hard. Oh my god, yes.
Is it you? What is happening?
Yeah, I made myself laugh.
No one else has talked in the chat.
No, there's no
Not-
one else.
Somebody sent me a DM that made me laugh really hard.
Oh.
Who
Got
could
it.
it be now?
Okay, well,
Sorry.
now we know. But anyway, I was like, no one's talking
It might
in
end up
our
in my final
chat.
thoughts.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh no. Anyway, so let's go into the timeline now of everything. On April 16th, 2024, Paramount Plus came out with a true crime documentary called Control Alt Desire. It's a 3-part series about the crimes of Grant Armato. Put a pin in that. Remember that. It will come up. Victoria and Grant Armato begin to talk via text message and Facebook Messenger. They start a romantic relationship with each other. And Victoria described feeling lonely and having trouble in her marriage. Said to investigators, Victoria said to the investigators that Aaron would not accept a divorce from her. Though this seems kind of weird because in the text messages, she says, quote, "Am I a bad person because I chose to end his existence and not divorce?" End quote.
Leave us a comment down below.
Hmm.
We'll put a poll up.
I'm just gonna like throw out some random life advice. Like, divorce is probably better in the long
Unless
run.
they have insurance. We're missing that detail on the life insurance.
Frank, as a podcast, we're saying divorce is better than harming
it's
someone.
But Frank personally is refuting this.
Personally think if you could make it look like an accident, they got lots of money.
Frank,
Listen,
And when Frank goes missing in a couple of years, we all know
we
what
have
happened.
to end this podcast because we're getting sued out the
Maybe you should
wazoo.
publicly disclose if you have life insurance, Frank, just in case something happens.
I do, because if I didn't and I died, Kim would be like, "You're stealing all me money," like Mr. Krabs.
Oh my god.
Wow, this really is the tea episode.
Yeah, right? Go ahead, Frank. Keep telling us the tea about your
She
marriage.
I actually don't think she would ever do that. She's a wonderful person who would never actually be like that ever.
I have to pour more tea. I ran out.
Wow, look at you with the actual
Okay.
teapot and
But if
everything.
anything happens, there is motive.
There is
Yep.
motive.
She gets to inherit this podcast. All good, guys. Don't worry. You'll have a new manager one day.
So, Frank aside, the two of them decided to have Aaron killed. So they contacted a third-party hitman. I really couldn't find anything that described the hitman. Like, that wasn't listed, so I don't know what's going on there. And in the disclosure to the hitman, it included Aaron's location as well as car details. They came to an agreement to pay $11,515 for the hit.
It's an odd number.
Does that feel cheap? Doesn't it look
No.
a little cheap?
It does kind of feel cheap
Yeah.
to
Doesn't
me.
that feel a little cheap?
No, I there's a couple of like true crime videos that I've watched on YouTube where it's like when the cops do like a fake assassination and a bust that's been around, like it's like 11 to 15 grand.
But like, this is like a well-known person. Like, people will be after you. This is a little cheap. I wouldn't do it. First off, I already said divorce.
So what you're
before
saying is
murder.
when buying an assassination, you get what you pay for, so you might as well buy the premium service.
No, I'm not saying that.
You wanted the
mean,
upgraded.
No,
That's
I'm
not something I want messed up. So
You want to fly first class.
No.
You don't want
That's
to
just like anything in life. You do
No,
get
no.
what you pay for.
Guys, no, none of us
You
are.
don't want to
none-
fly coach
no,
into Murder Town.
No, legals called me. Stop.
I need that on a shirt. I am not flying coach into Murder
You're
Town.
ordering the murder meal. Supersize me.
No, guys, no. No. Anyway, Victoria was going to give the first payment of $2,500. So Grant's correction officer discovered and confiscated the phone and then went through and read his text messages and was like, oh, that's not good. And he sent the phone as evidence to the Florida Department of Corrections. The authorities in Florida then notified Las Vegas Metropolitan Police. Las Vegas Metropolitan Police arrested Victoria Goodwin on March 6th, which is where we began our story. And reasoning involved the fact that both Victoria Goodwin and Amato had detailed out the plot with set locations, payment plans, and with the hitman. And then Amato even did a little check, a little text check to the hitman. He was like, "Hey, what's the status report on this hit that I have out?"
Yeah, I didn't
Shit,
get
I
a
wanna-
tracking number.
I was just gonna say I want a tracking number 2.
No, guys,
I paid priority.
no,
We paid for the fucking overnight delivery, Joan.
Your order has been
That's what happens
delivered.
when you do layaway murder.
I think it's also important to mention too, from what I've seen, them arranging for this murder and them, the correctional officers confiscating the phone had nothing to do with each other. Like, they just found the phone and confiscated it
Mhm.
and then found what was on it and didn't even know that it was Aaron, it was his wife. Had the correctional officers not accidentally found this phone, like, he might not be here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was, yes. Yeah. Very, very close, it seems
Very
like.
close.
So originally Victoria told the police she didn't want her husband dead. She was just fantasizing about herself in a different life scenario. As one does.
As one does.
As one does. Just okay, Maria, girly talk. When you're planning out a vacation and you're like, I just want to see what the plane prices are.
Yes.
You're like, I just want to see what the hotel would be. I just want a budget. It's not going to happen.
I mean, has anybody not gone on Zillow and looked at $50 million mansions?
Yeah. And then also went to the Raymore and Flanagan website and looked up what furniture you might buy if you had a $5 million mansion. Who knows? Not yeah. A payment plan. Come on. Who can yeah.
And
Yeah.
everything on layaway.
Everything. And then, okay, so she claimed she did not remember sending those text messages.
Classic.
And then, Aaron Goodwin files for divorce on March 12th, which, fair. Very fair.
Yeah.
And also, he's asking for over $10,000 in punitive damages and accused Victoria of false imprisonment and assault due to him feeling apprehensive of harm and her intent to confine him. Why are you laughing?
No, people making me laugh.
Guys, this is a victim.
People make me laugh, Joan. I'm sorry.
Kay.
Sorry, I just messaged and said she was going to put her husband on permanent layaway.
Oh,
Kay has this amazing timing where she just knows when I'm going to say something very upsetting. And she's like, let me make Frank laugh.
I'm sorry.
What was I doing? I was talking about punitive damages and false imprisonment. Oh yeah. Victoria pleaded guilty on April 22nd, and this then became part of a plea bargain, and now she has the solicitation to commit murder charges dropped. So, that would leave her with, if I scroll to the top, because I didn't put it down next to it, just the charges of conspiring to commit murder, which is a lesser charge because, you didn't do anything about it, technically. And who likes solicitors anyway? Am I right? No one. And that's what that means. It's not. Victoria's sentencing will be held June 5th. She faces between 2 to 10 years in prison and a $500,000 fine.
that's it?
I mean,
Like only 2 years?
2 to 10.
You get out
Okay.
after 1 year on good behavior, though, Maria, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she won't try that again.
I'm rehabilitated, I swear. The system has changed me.
So, we have a message from Sean. I used to be a maximum security prison guard in Texas. Wait till she gets to experience that.
Mm,
I don't know if she's gonna go to maximum security.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a minimum security type of?
It wouldn't be. I don't know, because it's murder. It's not like white collar crime.
It's conspiracy to murder, though. It's not murder.
Okay, Frank.
yeah, I feel
I'm
like
not a
it's-
lawyer.
I, feel
I know
like
it comes as a
it's
shock.
Gen Pop situation,
Sean, if you know the answer to that, where
Yeah.
she would go, let us know.
Well, I believe she's being charged in Las Vegas. Like, that's where all these trials are happening. So yeah, if you know, that'd be cool. Anyway, what I was saying, let's talk about the third in this relationship. Grant Amato. The love that she found. So he was born May 20th, 1989.
Want to talk about a problematic age gap? That sounds.
What a paranormal show this
Thought the
turned out
first
to
one was
be.
bad.
I'm dyslexic.
Jacqueline?
1989, he's 35 years old. He grew up in Chaluta, Florida, with his mother Margaret, father Chad, and his younger brother Cody. Did I say that wrong?
No, I thought you said Chalupa, Florida. I was like, oh my God. Sorry.
Chaluta.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Harrison.
Thanks, Harrison.
He did have an older half brother named Jason, but that brother grew up elsewhere, wasn't really in the picture. He was very close with his brother Cody. They joined the wrestling team together in high school. They went to the same nursing school. They also continued their education to become nurse anesthetist.
Anesthetist.
Thank you,
You're welcome.
anesthetist. I read that. I was like, that's not coming out of my mouth the right way. I know it. Anesthetist. However, Cody graduated while Grant had to drop out. So, Grant was able to find work as a nurse, but was let go due to suspicion of theft, not administering medication properly, and exhibiting suicidal thoughts.
Were all three of those linked?
At least I don't think so. The not administering medication properly was like not giving, or is giving too much medication instead of giving too little medication. So, but yeah. So they brought up charges on him, and they ended up being dropped because of the suicidal thoughts. And then he was just let go from the job versus like actually charged with theft from that job. So he told his parents he was going to be a Twitch streamer. Like us, guys. We're doing it.
We're not streaming on Twitch.
I was about to say, we can't really laugh at that. Hold on.
He was going to be a Twitch streamer, and they bought him all the equipment to stream.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. But instead he went and he visited camgirl websites.
Oh.
Almost the same thing.
I don't know. I can't laugh at any of this because I bought equipment for streaming. Not the
Oh.
camgirl part. Not that part. Hold on. Hold on.
Difference between making money streaming and spending money streaming.
Yeah, no.
Well,
I don't have any money to spend on that. Guarantee you there. All my money's going into life insurance. All right.
All right.
all right.
All right.
Oh, shit. Anyway, so he becomes a fan of this camgirl named Sylvie, or Addie Sweet. Real
Look her
name
up.
is Sylvia Vansislavova. Yeah.
Love what?
Slava Slavova.
Lavova? What?
Vansislavova.
That's unfortunate.
Well, she goes by Sylvie, so we're just gonna call her Sylvie.
Perfect.
So on that website, you had to pay money to have tokens, which then can be traded in for time in the cam show. I'm not really sure if that's what it's called.
Oh,
I clearly
hey.
don't visit these websites. But like one token could cost like $10, or like you need 10 tokens for 1 minute. There was like a weird transaction. And then he would go and he would lie to his parents and borrow their credit cards, saying that he was using them for his Twitch career, but really what he was doing was spending over $200,000 on this camgirl.
Wow.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. So you would all probably agree that's probably a problem, right? We can all say like, "Hey, bud, that's
sure.
not good." So he does go to a rehabilitation center for his pornography addiction. And after coming home from the program, he was told he could not contact Sylvie. I feel like this is a good basic rule to have. Pretty solid. He contacted her using his mom's phone, and his father found out and kicked him out. Once again, understandably. On January 24th, 2019, while his mom was on the computer, Grant shot her in the back of the head.
Oh my God.
Oh.
When his father came home, Grant shot him twice. He then sent Cody a text message using his father's phone, asking Cody to come over after his nursing shift. When Cody arrived, he was also shot.
Oh my God.
Grant proceeded
No.
to place the gun in Cody's hand in an attempt to make it look like a murder-suicide.
Well, I hope the cops don't read that text message because that's going to look bad.
Mm.
But other than that, he's got a solid plan.
Well, it depends on how much longer he had in his shift. Like, if the difference in time is that significant, maybe not.
How long could the shift even be?
The fact we're
12
talking
hours?
about it, that we know that it
Nah.
happened like this, means it wasn't a good plan, Frank.
Yeah.
yeah, Frank. I don't know if you remember, but she.
I'm pretty sure that nurses only have a shift of like 2 or 3 hours tops.
Oh my God, we do not endorse this. This is not a
Must be
podcast wide
nice.
thought. None of us feel this
Frank
way.
is not caught up on the pit, clearly.
No, I don't. Frank and I are not associated with each other outside of this podcast. Please don't come after us. From the Wikipedia page, quote, on August 12th, Amato was found guilty of all 3 counts of first-degree murder, receiving a life sentence for each. When asked if he felt remorse, Amato responded with this: "My family has been blaming me for months for ruining their lives, stealing, and not following the rules of the home. So I might as well be blamed for this too." Unquote.
Well, yeah. You killed them.
Yeah. Which brings me back to April 16th, when a 3-part series was released about these crimes. And I have mentioned above, the crimes I have mentioned above, and Victoria Goodwin learning about what he did and deciding to reach out to him. So I don't want to make a judgment call.
I'll judge.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got, Maria? Give it to us.
No, I don't want anything. Put
You said
against
you're going to
me.
judge.
In my head, I'll judge.
No, this is a podcast. You got to talk on it. We got to hear what you're thinking.
This is the gossip part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then what if a hit's put on my head?
No, it's probably
She's in
not.
jail. You're fine.
First of all,
Go.
if anybody faces repercussions for things that are said on the show, it'll be me. So trust me that you're
It's all the
probably fine.
nurses coming after it.
I only care about one nurse coming after me,
I
who
just,
shall be nameless.
for her to sit there and watch a 3-part series about how he murdered his family and then be like, yeah,
That's the one.
yeah, I want a piece of that.
Well, I don't know if she necessarily fell in love with him in that moment, but she did have the urge to go, I want to be pen pals. Like, at the very least, she was like, I want to correspond with that person.
It's like real Harley Quinn energy with the Joker. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of got those vibes going on a little bit.
It makes you wonder about what a person like that's relationships in the past have looked like in order to think that was a good idea to interact with.
Yeah.
That's me being polite. I will say she does suffer from PTSD. That might have something to do with it. It's not fully explained why she has that diagnosis. Not that we necessarily need it, but it did come up when asking if she was sane enough to stand trial. She admitted to having it, but said she still understood the charges that she was receiving, so that can't be used as a defense.
Yeah, that's not an excuse to do something like that.
No, it's not. It's absolutely not. So yeah, I think there has to, like, I also just wish and hope that Zach is a little bit nicer to Aaron, because I think he needs people to be a little nicer to him right now. Yeah.
Nope.
No to
I
being
mean,
nicer.
I mean, I wish that for him as well. I don't see
Charlie,
this
it's our
future.
right to be mean to people if we wanna.
I'm not
It's our
saying
God-given
I'm,
right to
like,
be
I
mean.
would be nice to him. I'm a normal person. I'm just saying that I feel like
Oh yeah, me too.
no. Now we need to exploit this for more content on the show.
Right?
Let's go to, like, I don't know, haunted prison.
Zach's gonna go to, like, the hotel that they were filming at and, like,
Haunted
be like,
prisons are
this
the
is
worst
where
content.
we learned.
Let me tell you.
This is where we learned that Aaron had a hit put out on him. Aaron, how's that make you feel? And he's like, you not bring that up, man?
This lady ghost had it out for Aaron. She was calling in a hit from the spirit world.
My favorite thing is when they like film and then show the reaction of like a potential ghost, but they keep showing the reaction over and over again, like that moment like 12 times. And then once more before, and then once more after the commercial break too.
Like when there's a little noise and they like put in the quotes like caption, inaudible sound.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Any other things? I just want to make fun of Zach mostly, honestly. I feel really bad for Aaron. I've always felt bad for Aaron.
Same.
I feel bad for Aaron, but I feel like there were some red flags going into his relationship. So
Yeah. I mean, like, as I said, we don't know what was necessarily going on. And it's like, sometimes like it feels like it's easy to say like clout chasing or whatever, but like they don't let out a lot of details about their thing. Like I would love to know how they met. Like why were they interacting with each other?
yeah,
But-
usually people don't hang out that much with people 16 years or younger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Bill Belichick and his new girlfriend.
But it sounds like he was at Disney a lot. So
I don't know who that is, Charlie.
It's like she was like a Disney girl, and he's like, "Come on, babe, come on. I'm part of the Ghost Adventurers. Can we at least do it the scary part of Disney?" She's like, "Fine, we can get married outside the Haunted Mansion, not in it, outside of it."
Hey, I'm in the
And she's
paranormal
like,
community.
but I can't swallow. Is that a deal breaker?
He's like, I'm
Oh.
part of the paranormal community. I'm kind of a documentarian. I used to take photography of models. Do you want to be my model? I've got these big red goggles I could wear.
Franklin,
What?
that's different.
I'm just
gossip,
speculating
and
on
I
the
don't-
conversation.
It's different gossip. I don't want to talk about.
He's
that.
like, I could wear these big red goggles, and then she was like,
You're talking about a murder for hire plot, and you're like, let me talk about this petty drama.
We're not talking about this.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
No, see, again, that was from the
I
Bill
also feel-
Belichick thing. You guys are so far behind.
I also feel like this
I am.
Grant dude's dad should have like taught him where to find free porn because could have saved $200,000 and
I mean,
maybe some people's lives.
Oh,
I would be a better dad. I'm gonna call my
Using
kids and send them
dollars.
some websites.
Okay. So actually, Kay is going to help out with this because this is our update on Jacqueline Nunez, and you can consider this our strong letter to follow.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It's following.
It is following. So where we last left off is that I believe we were saying that they lost their license to have a business at the Conjuring House. That went through, even though Jacqueline Nunez was trying to make it not go through. And she was not there physically. But this couple asked for like directions on how to get to the Conjuring House to like the local police, and the police were like, "Why are you going there?" And they're like, "Oh, because we booked a tour." And they're like, "You can't book a tour there." So they went there and they okay. Sorry. Kay and I are on the same document, and it just showed me a little note, and I was like, "What's going on?" And it's like Kay left. I'm like, "Oh, okay, bye." So she like so the police went there, and because Jacqueline Nunez wasn't there, her 25-year-old general manager was then charged with running a business without a license and was charged to up to $500 every day the business was open without the license.
wow.
So Jacqueline Nunez needs to go to court for this, and we were planning on updating you with what that court dates look like, but she keeps not going to court. Like, she keeps either not showing
She's,
up and having to pay fines, or her lawyer keeps moving it up.
She's sending the judge the PayPal 1 cent. I've donated 1 cent with a message. I swear I'll show up at some point. It can be a new day.
Strong letter to follow.
I'll be there.
Strong letter to follow.
So Nunez was interviewed by Target 12's Sarah Giornelli, which is the local news station that keeps doing reports on them. And she did retell tell the story of John Arnold and how her employee Brian was stealing from the business, and John Arnold told her. And she claims he got the final check. Brian says he has not gotten his final check yet. And that as of the time of the interview, he said, or sorry, I already said that. She also claims that Jason Hawes has spurred on a lot of hate and slander for the Conjuring House. When asked if she had any regrets of her behavior in the last 9 months. Any guesses? Do you think she had any regrets, anybody?
Yeah, probably a few.
Okay.
No regrets.
No.
No
Regrets.
regrets. Not
Okay.
even one
It's
letter.
like that tattoo that's misspelled.
Yeah. She said, "No, I haven't done anything. I've just been running my business." She said that maybe she should have changed her tone on some of her angry emails.
I told you she had regrets.
Just the
I
tone.
told you.
So she also had a text conversation with Jennifer Heinzen, who was one of the prior owners of the house, about a misunderstanding with a PayPal account. So Nunez accused Heinzen of hijacking her PayPal account through Nunez's bank and stealing the funds for her employee Sage. Claims Heinzen then stole over $450,000 from her since Nunez purchased the house. I will say $450,000 is chump change for Nunez, because at one point she was telling Jason Hawes that he owed her like $2.8 trillion.
Trillion?
That's what Nunez said. She
At
told
least it's not
Heinzen.
2.9.
Yeah. She also then told Heinzen that she hopes she gets killed. And town officials had cited concerns about the maintenance. Oh, then we learned that the town had concerns about the maintenance of the property. That's one of the reasons why they did not renew the business, not only because of the way she was acting, but come to find out that the property does not have any sprinklers or a fire alarm system. And I'd like to remind you how the whole barn burnt down. And then there's also structural issues on the first floor. Nunez said because she had pre-booked visitors, she planned on keeping the Conjuring House open and would need to be forced to close. And then, as I said, the police did a random spot check at the house and found the general manager, Paige Thibodeau, who is 25 years old, running the business. Running a business without a license carries a fee of $500 for every day that business was ran without a license. And then Nunez failed to show up to court and was fined an additional $200. She claimed that she was preparing a lawsuit for slander, defamation, and emotional damages from the following parties. Are we all ready? Corey Heinzen was the previous owner, as I mentioned. Jason Hawes from Ghost Hunters. We all know him. Social media content creators. YouTube. Discovery Channel. Facebook.
Late Night Legends podcast.
The town of Burrillville. And the state of Rhode Island. She skipped a court hearing for running a business without a license. I already mentioned that. And then she also claimed in one of her messages that she was Russian royalty and the granddaughter of Maria Romanov, who I'll just remind you was the third daughter of the Romanov family, who were killed in 1918 during the Russian Revolution of 1917.
Well, they say Anastasia escaped. That was that Disney movie. I saw that movie.
Yeah,
Joan.
yeah, but she's not talking about Anastasia.
I know. She's saying she's one of the sisters, right?
Yeah, no, she's the granddaughter of one of the sisters.
Granddaughter. Oh, gotcha.
I will say she called her Mary Romanov and not Maria Romanov, so like she might be just a tad bit
Oh, well,
confused.
so she knew her better than everybody.
Oh, yeah. She knew her. That was her
You're close.
incognito
It was that
name.
Rasputin. I know it was him.
It's always Rasputin.
That's oh my God. You want to talk about Rasputin? Oh.
We got to talk about
Oh,
Rasputin one of these
Rasputin.
days.
Talk about a man who would refuse to die and would only talk about his
I refuse to
PP.
live. Wait, what? What?
Rasputin
talked
talked
about
about his PBB all the time.
He was a weirdo.
You can go see it. It's in a jar.
I don't want to see his. I don't want to see a man's dick in a jar. Is that what you're telling me?
What? It's in a
I'm
jar?
just saying you can
How do you know it's in a jar, Kay?
because it's in a jar.
Did they pickle it? Did they pickle people?
Wow. Let me write this down.
Like what more do you want me to say? Like I
Is
think
it
it
in, like,
just
the
was
Ripley's
like a
museum?
fun Facebook fact or
I
something. It's
have
in a
heard-
museum.
I have heard it is very large.
I'm
He's like, I'm
listen,
looking
I
this up
saw
for
it in a
science.
jar and I was like, that's actually like, that's not a
Impressive?
small pickle jar that it's
No.
in.
No, and you have to imagine there's been some shrinkage since it's been mummified. You'd have to imagine.
There's like a Late Night Legends
Oh.
a relic room somewhere. It's got like the jar with Rasputin's dick, and it's got Peter Cruton's head that's severed in two next to each other on the shelf.
You
Next to the
don't-
Spear of Destiny.
There's a Reddit comment that says formaldehyde actually increases the tissue's volume. So
Okay, well-
Oh, that's the secret?
My bad.
I'm gonna
Don't
some formaldehyde.
Well,
that
and-
is legal. No, we don't give
You know,
legal or health advice. Don't do that.
Light refraction and,
Yeah.
you know.
you just cut on to the second comment on the Reddit immediately. underneath
It's like
that.
when you put something in Jello and it looks like a lot bigger than it is. I'm guessing,
Yeah.
like some kind of witchcraft like that.
Witchcraft? Is that what you said? Witchcraft? That being said, I'm going to hand it over to Kay, who's been doing some investigative research for us.
So, by investigative research, she means I've joined a Facebook group for the gossip. And so I just kind of see posts. Jason Hawes is in there, so we've gotten to see some of his personal comments and feedback on this whole situation. But there is a lady in there. I believe her name is Jenny Roberts. I want to make sure, Jenny Roberts. I want to make sure I get her name done because she has really put in the work. She is paying attention to all of the court proceedings. She logs in to watch them, to see if she shows up, to listen in, and compiles a lot of information for us to read through. So the most recent time when Jacqueline was supposed to show up to court was April 24th. And just to keep this straight, she's going to 2 separate courts. So she's going to traffic court for some of her traffic violations, which include failure to yield, disobeying a stop sign, refusal to submit to chemical tests, speeding 11 or more miles over the speed limit, and driving with expired tags that happened last year. She is also going to criminal court for drunk driving and eluding police because she made police chase her for 8 minutes. So she's going to court for 2 separate things. She was supposed to appear in court to go ahead and talk to the judge on her drunk driving. That's the one that she did not show up for, which she had to be there in person. And since she did not show up, she now has a warrant out for her arrest, a bench warrant. Her traffic court, she doesn't have to show up in person. She can be at this time represented by her attorney, who has showed up personally twice for her to ask for an extension, which has been granted. That is very common. It happens all the time. So I believe the next time she's going to be due in court for that one is going to be mid-May. I want to say May 8th. So we'll see if she shows up to that one. As far
That's
as
this
the
week.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Because this week it's in a couple of days.
We'll have
It's already
to
Cinco de Drinko today.
Oh, yeah. I can eat us for dinner. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Anyway.
So the more serious charges, that's going to be a misdemeanor for her. And that warrant is out for her arrest in Rhode Island. So if she steps foot in Rhode Island, she will be arrested and her bond has been revoked. So she will be kept in custody until she goes in front of a judge. Now, Jacqueline doesn't want to be arrested because she thinks that she's actually being kidnapped. So she is hanging out in Boston, Massachusetts right now. And she has no intent to step foot in Rhode Island because these are misdemeanor charges. Rhode Island is not going to extricate for that, extradite.
Extradite, yeah.
Yeah. So They're not going to spend the time, money, and resources to go after somebody in another state for a misdemeanor. So as long as she stays outside of Rhode Island, she's not good, but she's not going to be in custody. She's free to walk around. Yeah. So is she hanging out in Boston, being a good member of society, keeping a low profile? No, she is not. No. She is continuing to hammer down on Jason Hawes. And just recently, on April 24th, tried to claim another attempt on her life by Jason Hawes while she is in Boston, Massachusetts. Mind you, as far as I'm aware, Jason's not even in the same state.
I believe he is somewhere near Rhode Island.
Yes. So she made a post on April 25th. I will read you some of it because this is what she claimed happened. This is a quote. Jason Hawes of Rhode Island, hired by CBS Media, is a terrorist and is being harbored next door to me. What happened? I experienced a failed detonation or gunfire at the picture window of my home. This video tells me who is responsible for another attempt to kill me. This video tells me it is Jason Hawes being harbored by my next door neighbors. She does list her neighbors, but I'm not going to say because I respect their privacy. Jason is a TV host of the paranormal show Ghost Hunters. He is also a serial killer and terrorist. Torturers from Rhode Island and my neighborhood in Savin Hill tell me all the time through their torture software that their goal is to make me homeless if they fail to kill me. They have stolen almost everything, and this afternoon was the latest attempt to blow up my home. I am the person who has saved all of humanity. I am told it is known. I am also the contactee for disclosures on crimes against humanity.
Where do I download the torture software?
That's a great question.
What?
So I do want to say something real quick. When we did our original Ghost and Gossip, it was kind of a funny subject to kind of joke and gossip about. But the more I have seen posts from this person, it has become very obvious that this is somebody who really needs help.
Yeah.
And it's not funny. It's not a joke anymore. So we on the show do not take it lightly. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out and get help. We hope that Jacqueline gets help. Her posts show that she is obviously not well. She has posted videos of birds, claiming that the birds are speaking to her and telling her people are making attempts on her life. They are telling her, one of her most recent ones says that the bird is Joe Biden talking to her through the bird, or different departments of the United States government are talking to her through the birds. It's become very obvious that this person is not well mentally.
Yeah. So as we mentioned at the top of the show, don't touch the poop. Please leave these people alone. Don't go and seek out any of this. Just don't go near it. Don't touch it. I did listen to the episode prior to coming on tonight, and we did mention our feelings about this last time, and I will say that we did take it seriously. I'll remind you what I said the last time, that mental illness is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. So please go out and seek help. I will be putting the Psychology Today link in our show notes. They have a great way that you can go and search for therapists who are in your area and take your insurance. So hopefully that helps if you can just have a resource or can pass a resource along to somebody you think might need a little bit of help.
And by the time this show is published, if you're listening to this after the fact, it should be past the day when Jacqueline is supposed to go to court next. So if she does show up or whatever the proceedings are from that, we'll put it in the episode show notes so you can have the most up-to-date information.
That'll make it a pinned comment. We can do that too.
Yeah. And we'll keep you updated as little things happen.
Any feelings about this, guys? I know it was kind of a low note, but
I'd like to point out the fact that you wanted me to speak with this British accent, which with the content being kind of not as funny this time around. You guys want to do that thumbnail now? You guys want to do it?
Do you want to do the thumbnail? Why don't we do final thoughts first? Yeah.
Right.
Well, we still got to be live because we still got to be live.
No,
and
we
recording
can.
when
We'll
we
just do it at the very, very end. We got it. We got it. I'm not leaving. I promise. Who wants to go first? Final thoughts.
I'll go first.
Thanks, Tim.
Sure. I kind of already talked about my final thoughts on the last piece of this, so I don't know if we want to go over all of them again or just this second half.
Tell the final thought that you told me earlier that you're like, oh, that'll work its way to my final thought. No, don't say it. Don't say
Just
it.
say it. It's okay.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
We want to hear it.
Don't do it, Tim.
Say it.
Well,
Don't do it. She just wants the tea. Don't do it, Tim.
I want the tea. Give me the tea.
I'll tell you the tea behind closed doors.
People need to hear the tea.
no,
You don't have
I
to do anything you don't want
I don't
to.
offend any of our demographics.
That's a good call, Tim. Don't let her
So-
peer pressure you into
All I have to say is, it's a very unfortunate situation. And I feel like
so unfortunate.
you need to vet things out more appropriately to ensure that you don't end up in bad situations.
Tim, I think you should write a dating column for ghost hunters, but only for ghost hunters. Who else would like to go?
Well, yeah, to kind of echo Tim there, it's unfortunate that it seems like in both these cases, there might be some kind of mental health problem, situation involved in both of them, and possibly people taking advantage of that in certain ways. So check up on your loved ones. If some family member says they're gonna buy a haunted house and make it into a exhibit or attraction,
a thriving business. Is that what you mean
maybe
to say?
just sit them down and be like, maybe don't do that. I don't know.
Charlie, you're gonna grow into be like, when you grow up and you grow older, you're gonna be like Larry David. You're like pretty bad idea.
It's like when he grows up, is he a child?
Well, that's what I'm saying. When he grows older, in my head, Charlie's like 18 years old for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay.
Hey, take the compliment, bro. I wish people thought I was that young.
Why are
great.
you so forceful? Hey, take the compliment, bro.
Take it.
Maria, would you like to go?
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Like, they both very different situations, but both of them do need some help. At least the Victoria lady, like, she's actually closer to like facing the penalties.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm hoping for more than 2 years, because that's, I don't know, allegedly attempted murder. Like, who's to say like they won't try again? So
Yeah. Okay, would you like to go or do you want me to go next?
I can go.
Okay.
My final thought is that if you are going to be in prison and you have contraband, when people come knocking, put it somewhere safe, like a prison purse. That would be best.
We're not condoning any of this.
And if you're concerned about your spouse, make sure that you are up to date on your insurance. Make sure that you have good life insurance, that you read.
Make sure you're the beneficiary.
Yeah. Make sure you read through your policy thoroughly and understand what it covers and doesn't cover. And just read that policy good.
Encourage your partner to enroll in the supplemental coverage so you can get more should the unfortunate happen.
Well,
I
if
have-
you're
Joan,
so
go ahead.
about them, don't be with them.
Just
I have
keep in mind that most insurance policies do have waiting periods for suicide. So if you do plan on doing murder and then trying to make it look like suicide, they probably won't pay out for the first 2 years of the policy.
Or at all.
Yeah, some of them
Yeah.
don't pay out at all. So I have several thoughts right now. One
Give us the
being,
top 3.
First one being, good thing there's only 3. One being, do not take advice from this podcast on
Specifically me.
anything. The second being, Aaron, you deserve better. Take that as you will, but you deserve better. And I think maybe Jason Hawes and you should team up because you both seem like you understand what it feels like to be badgered by somebody in your life that you don't want to deal with anymore. Maybe. I don't know, allegedly. And then my last final thought is, ladies, true crime documentaries are not dating profiles. Knock it off. Stop it. That's my final thought.
I guess that means I'm going next. I got a couple.
Okay.
First thing I want to say in a very serious note, one of the things that I read to do once, I got some really good advice. Check in on a random friend, maybe like once a week or once a month. Doesn't matter who. Pick somebody. I know y'all got your Facebook and you all have friends that you never talk to that you're just like, I'd like to follow their life. And like you literally, they never post. Just, you don't have to make it awkward, but it's kind of cool if you do. But you just reach out and you're like, hey, I was thinking about you. How you doing? I actually did that with the originator of the Super Balls podcast, John Coyle. I reached out to him last week and I was like, yo, just thinking about you. How you doing? And he said he's doing great. But in the off chance he might talk to somebody that's not doing great, you could really help him out. Outside of that, I would really like to know from the listeners who are watching this in post, put down in the comments if this was enough tea for you or if you'd like us to brew some more and what flavor you'd like. And that's my way of saying, do you want us to talk about any other gossip out there within the paranormal
There's a lot
sphere?
about Zach Baggins and Nick Groff out there. Just saying.
There's gossip that I put out there, and if you as a listener follow the show enough to recognize some of the tea that I spilled tonight, put it in the comments. I'll send you a Late Night Legends beanie if you can identify the tea that I was putting out there. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for telling a friend. We'll see y'all next week. We love you. Drink some tea and talk in a fancy British accent as you are kissing your mom right on the mouth. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.
Hi, everyone. This is Joan. I just want to come in with a quick update. So Jenny Roberts wrote on the Facebook page the following message. Quote, on May 8th, 2025, Jacqueline Nunez was officially found guilty in absentia on multiple traffic violations in Rhode Island. Judge Mark P. Welch of Rhode Island Traffic Tribunal issued convictions and sentencing on 5 charges, effectively closing the violation case, end quote. Just in case you did not know what guilty in absentia means, because I didn't. Clearly, I had to look up how to say it a couple of times too. It means to be found guilty even though the defendant was not present for a trial or sentencing. She was convicted of refusing to submit to a chemical test, speeding 11 plus miles per hour over the posted speed limit, driving with an expired registration, failure to yield to an emergency vehicle, and obedience to stop sign. The conviction of refusal to submit to a chemical test had Nunez sentenced to enrollment in a mandatory alcohol education program, 25 hours of community service, and a 12-month suspension of her driver's license beginning retroactively from November 7th. There is no exact payment plan listed on record. However, additional penalties or fines are expected for the other convictions. So that's our little update for you. As of right now, it's only the traffic stuff that has a conviction to it. So we'll have to let you know about the business without a license later. Very exciting. Thanks for listening. Bye.